Okay, for the first video, I already connect the appropriate cable to the two router and also to the other two networks. So now we need to configure these two routers. So let's go into the first one and no. So type enable config T interface GI0/1 IP address 192.168.1.254.255.255.255.0. No shut. Done with that one. And let's configure the serial 0/1/0 IP address 198.168.5.1.255.255.255.252. No shut. All right, done with that one. So let's configure the one on the right. CLI, no. And enable config T. Let's go ahead and change the host name to be R2. Oh, it should be R2. All right. Interface gig 0/1 IP address 192.168.100.254.255.255.255.0. No shut. All right. Interface serial 0/1/0 IP address 192.168.5.2 255.255.255.0. No shut. All right. I finished configure the IP address to the two router. So up to this point, the network will be able to see this side of the network. And for this side of the network, it should be able to see that far. But there's no connectivity between these two routers. So there's no network go from PC1 through workstation 200. So I need to configure the two routers right here using the RIP protocol. Okay. How do I do that? Well, let's click on the left router and do N and config T to configure RIP protocol. Simply type route RIP, enter, then type version 2. For the RIP dynamic routing, there are two versions. The first version is unsecure. So we use a version 2, which is much more secure. Okay. Simply type the network 192.168.1.0 and .5 and .100. Now what have I just did? Well, I simply enter all of the IP address of these network to the RIP protocol to let you know that, okay, these two routers are actually using all of these setup networks. Okay. All right. So I'm going to do end right here. And let's just show IP route. Okay, at this point, it does not show any RIP yet. So let's go ahead, go to this side and config T. How do we configure RIP? Simply type route RIP version 2, then type network, the IP address of all of the network that are related. Okay, 192.168.1.0. Next one's .100.0. It doesn't really matter which subnetwork you want to type it first. All right, done with that one. Show IP route. Okay, there you go. It's the RIP route shows right here that in order to go to this set of the network, you must go through the IP address 192.168.5.1, which is the port right here. So you have to go through this way. All right, let's look at see what it said on the other router. There you go. This one said, look, if you want to go to this subnet or this network, you have to go through the port of the 0/1/0, which is IP address 192.168.5.2, which makes sense, right? All right, let's see. We can ping it now. Okay. All right, we want to ping we are in the workstation 200, so we want to ping the default gateway, which is 100.254. Okay, we cannot ping yet. It might take a little bit because the router need to update the information in the routing table. So it'll probably take a little while. Well, let's check it again. Okay, so let's troubleshoot just in case. Go to the router and let's show run. And we assign this port IP address up to 54. That's correct. And the serial, and that is correct. So let's see if we can ping from the router. Ping 192.168.100.240, which is the IP address of the workstation 200. And okay, it's pinging. All right, now we should be able to ping it. Go in here and let's try it. There you go. It, like I said earlier, it takes a little while for the router to update all the information in the routing table. All right, let's see if we can ping the port on this side of the router. There we go. We can ping that. Now we should be able to ping PC1, okay, which is 1.100. All right, it might take just a little bit for the router to update all information. There you go. Okay. All right, let's look at what information or what IP address I use for the workstation 200. Notice that the default gateway is 192.168.100.254, which is the IP address of this port right here. And the same thing true for all of the devices in here. The default gateway should be IP address of this port right there, which is 192.168.1.254. There you go. Okay. All right. So that's how you configure RIB. And again, let's look at it. You type route RIB and version 2, then simply type in all of the network IP to that RIB configuration. Okay? All right. Next thing, we want to configure the OSPF. So OSPF. All right. Now, I want to delete this again and let's start over. So make sure that we have fresh router information. And we need to insert the WIC card to it, turn it on, and also install the module to this router, turn it back on. All right, and then we need to connect the two routers together. And we also need to connect the switch on the lab network to the lab router, connect the switch on the right network to the lab router. All right, then we need to configure the two routers. CLI, no. Enable, config T interface, G0/1, IP address 192.168.1.254. 254, 255, 255, 255.0. No shut. All right. Exit. Interface. SE0/1/0. And IP address 192.168.5.1. Subnet mask 255.255.252. And no shut. Now, in here, I want to go ahead and set the clock rate. You can leave it for default, which is, I believe, 200,000, but I want to change it. So clock rate to 64,000. Okay. All right. I'm done with this side, and let's go to the other side. No. Enable config T interface gig 0/1. IP address 192.168.100.254.255.255.255.0. No shut. All right. Exit. Interface serial 0/0/0. IP address 192.168.5.2.255.255.255.252. No shut. Okay, I'm done configuration for the two port. Up to this point, this side of the network only knows this much, and on the left side only know up to this point. So there's no network communication from this router to that router. And also it does not know about the other subnet at all, or the other network at all. So we need to configure the OSPF. Okay, how do we do that? Click on the router and do N on here and type config T. And to configure the OSPF, simply type route OSPF. The process ID, I'm going to use 1. And then simply type network 192.168.1.0. All right, I'm in here, and to configure the OSPF for this side of the network, so that'll be 2.5. Now, for the subnet mask, we want to use the WoW subnet mask, or call it complement of the subnet mask. So that would be 0.0.0.255. And I need to specify the area, and I'm just going to use area 0. Well, what do we mean by the complement of subnet mask? All right. Notice that the regular subnet mask 255.255.255.0. So the complement of that would be 0.0.0.255. Okay. And that's what I did. Okay. Not on this side, I think probably on this side. Yeah, there you go. Okay, it's right here. All right, the next one would be the network 192.168.5.0. And what's the complement of that? It's .3 because it was .252. So the complement of the .252 is 3. So area 0. All right. And that's all I need to do this side. Show IP route. Okay, now let's go ahead and do on this side. Let's configure the OSPF for this router. And config T route OSPF process ID 1 network 192.168.100.0.00255 area 0. And network 192.168.5.0 0.0.0.3 area 0. Okay, and that's all I need to do. So let's look at show IP route, see what it looks like now. There you go, finally loading. Update the. All right, there you go. So the what's O? O stand for the OSPF. So it said that this particular network is using the OSPF dynamic routing, and to get to the subnet of 192.168.1, we need to go through the port right here, which is this port. Pretty much the same thing like a red. Okay. All right. Now let's look at this guy on this side. There you go. The OSPF right there. Does that make sense? All right. Let's see if we can ping it. All right. Now let's ping the default gateway to 54. There you go. No problem. Let's ping the port of this right here, on this router. There you go. Now we should be able to ping the PC1, which is 1.100. The router still update the information and the routing table. There you go. Finally finish. So we can ping it. It's the same thing in here. We should be able to print the paint the workstation 200. Okay. There you go. And that's how you configure the OSPF. Again, how do we do that? Well, let's go up in here and show you. There you go. Type route OSPF1 and simply include the network adjacent to that router. Okay? All right. Thank you.